Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to our press conference, wherever you are watching us, be it at home, be it at your office, be it via the telekom.com news feed, or via LinkedIn, our live stream, or if you are a Deutsche Telekom employee, via our internal news outlets. And even here in Deutsche Telekom's headquarters, we have some people listening to us. Well, why are we here? It's time for the Mobile World Congress. We will kick off the event in a week's time, but we were following your request. Many of you said we're not going to Barcelona and asked us to hold a virtual event, what we do. And they also said, you also said, let's have it a bit prior to the event so that we have a chance to file our stories. So your wish is our request, and this is why we have this press conference today. But we also will have a booth in Barcelona, and we will be present in Barcelona, and you will have a chance to watch everything what's ongoing in Barcelona, either at the Barcelona event or via our stream. I come to this at the end of the event. Now it's time for an exclusive preview. We are presenting you what we are going to present in a week's time, then down in Barcelona. And if I speak about we, then I mean Claudia Nemat, first and foremost. She is the Deutsche Telekom responsible in the board for technology and innovation. Claudia, good to have you with us this morning. And I hand over to you. And I see you back at the question and answer session. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Good morning. Not in sunny Barcelona, but in beautiful Bonn. Our motto this year: we aim to deliver meaningful technology. That means we offer products and technology that are good for humans, that provide the best connectivity experience and beyond, that are easy to use and to activate, that solve relevant problems for our customers, and that are sustainable, ecologically and socially. You know, as a techie, I call this human-centered technology. As a business leader, my credo is we want to turn all our stakeholders into fans. All our stakeholders into fans. Our customers, our people, our technology and business partners, our shareholders, and the society, generations to come. My most important task is, of course, to deliver the best networks, 5G and fiber. But network rollout is not my topic of today. Today, I'm giving a glimpse into the future and the technologies shaping the future, as well as today's innovations. Please look forward to some exciting product launches, but let me get practical and start with our human-centered technology leadership. By the way, here you can see the tech piece in Barcelona, our tech world. And let me say, for many years, the primary 5G killer app has been, what? The speed test. Now that is not so exciting, neither for our customers nor for us as industry. And therefore, I'm really delighted to demo a practical, customer-centric innovation. We prove clear customer benefits of 5G network slicing. Let me explain slicing. Slicing means that on one physical network, I can deploy several virtual networks with different quality of service parameters. For example, specific security features, latency, or availability in a very flexible manner. 5G slicing is made possible through our 5G SA standalone core network, and it is relevant for B2B customers. For example, for live mobile video production. What is that? Imagine you are a TV station and you have reporters scattered all over the country who want to do interviews and who want to have good movies. What they need is a stable uplink with a guaranteed throughput in order to have great ruckelfreie videos. But let's have a look at the use case. Can I please have the video?
Speed, flexibility and lean equipment are essential for live mobile journalism. Therefore, today we already rely on mobile solutions in nearly 90% of our video productions for breaking news. But also here, we're facing challenges around planning and reliable transmission. Fluctuating bandwidth impairs the quality of our video transmission and makes planning difficult. 5G network slicing promises a new solution approach with a higher efficiency and flexibility compared to traditional satellite transmission and a higher reliability compared to best effort mobile radio.
With 5G slicing, we can customize our network according to different industry requirements, like for those from the media business. With the valuable input from our partner RTL, Deutsche Telekom is developing a network slicing-based service tailored to the demands of professional video production. This service enables a guaranteed, instant provisioned bandwidth connection on demand for a high-quality video transmission.
So, as you can see, we have tested this setup with our partner RTL, and now I am incredibly pleased to welcome Matthias Dang, co-CEO of RTL Deutschland, here digitally with me on stage. Matthias, hello, I hope you can hear me.
Hello, Claudia. Hello from Cologne, not in Barcelona, not in Bonn, but really very close to Bonn, from stormy Cologne to say hello.
Matthias, I can tell you, in the meantime, the storm has gone away in Bonn and we have sunny weather here. So it's actually great to have you here. Matthias, our two companies have started to implement a very exciting project. So what were the reasons for you to get engaged here?
Yeah, for us is we have a lot of projects together, and this project 5G is for us really very important. Why is it so important? Because we as a broadcaster, we develop from a content house. In the past, we were only a content house. In the future, or I will say today, we are a content and a tech and data house. So tech and data is really very important for us too. So in this case, we are working with Telekom, with Deutsche Telekom very close. And for us, this 5G project for independent journalism, it's so important that we can have really fast and secure bandwidth.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And where do you see actually the most relevant advantages specifically of this solution?
Yeah, we see at the end 3 or 4 really important advantages. The first one is strengthen and intensify our really independent journalism. That is for us really very important. And really very fast on location. That's the other point. Real time with 5G, with your slicing 5G opportunities, we have really the chance. That's the second point, that our TV reporters even more accessible. The third one is that we are able to exceed the high demand on TV operations. You know that we have really high standards for TV, and you give us the chance to bring this high demand on this high quality on TV in 1 second.
Fantastic. So my final question maybe, and you partially answered it already, but why did you choose Deutsche Telekom? Why did you choose us as partner?
Yeah, I said it at the beginning. We have a few projects where we are working together, for example, MagentaZuhause and RTL, we are working really very close. So that is important for us. And we said in the new technology or ATV, addressability, we are working together. And in this 5G, it's so important for us to have really this secure, that we are really very close and where we safe, that we can bring our TV, our video really very fast on air, and that the best partner in Germany for us is the Deutsche Telekom.
So thank you very much, Matthias. Thank you for the exciting collaboration. It was great to have you here. Matthias Dang, co-CEO of RTL Deutschland. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Claudia.
Bye, Matthias. So actually, I have here on stage also the mobile equipment which was used in the video. So you can see it here. So I'm now moving back to my place, because we also have another exciting innovation about slicing. My second topic on slicing. We are actually the first operator worldwide to show the following setup. Reliable connections are important for many customers with response-critical application. That applies also to companies which have sites spread across many countries, globally located company sites. Now, Deutsche Telekom and Ericsson demonstrate a groundbreaking proof of concept implementation. We establish a connection with guaranteed quality of service between Germany and Poland via 5G end-to-end slicing. Together with an SD-WAN solution from Deutsche Telekom, the connection can be managed flexibly via a customer portal. And the solution ensures that different service parameters can be operated across countries, and that network resources can be allocated flexibly. And we are actually the first worldwide to demo this proof of concept. Quality of service is one example for network as a service, and we will see more of that at the Mobile World Congress. And network as a service is one aspect of what I call future networks. Of course, future networks are based on fiber and 5G, eventually 6G, as the hardware, as the underlay. But on top of that, think about networks becoming huge computers, leveraging data algorithms and artificial intelligence with a high degree of automation, cloud native, and what we call disaggregation. Disaggregation is a fundamental technology trend in our industry, and we continue our disaggregation journey. Let me explain again disaggregation. What does it mean? In the past, the operators bought big systems. In the future, they will be disaggregated with smaller systems. Think about it in the context of mobile access networks. In today's world of single radio access networks, all antennas in one area have to come from one supplier. 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G as well. And when you go to an antenna site, the radio unit on top of the antenna pole and the so-called baseband unit, which is the technology at the bottom in the gray box, all have to come from the same vendor. By the way, that has some advantages, great performance, but also disadvantages, as, for instance, lack of choice. For that reason, we have driven disaggregation as industry leader very intensively. And now we have ORAN, Open Radio Access Network Town Live, with a friendly user test in Neubrandenburg since last year. It's, by the way, a multi-vendor setup, radio unit, baseband unit from different vendors, and for the first time in Europe with massive MIMO. Let's have a short glimpse at the video.
We are in Neubrandenburg, where we are operating our ORAN Town friendly user trial, providing 4G, 5G services. We have deployed massive MIMO technology using ORAN Open Front Haul for the first time in Europe.
Objective is to have ORAN as a commercial option available in 2023. We are currently in our partner selection process. As I said, ORAN has many advantages, but it has also some disadvantages. Among others, it is less energy efficient than today's radio access network technology. We address this in a so-called virtual radio access network, VRAN trial, in our lab in Bonn, together with Intel, based on our DT real data profiles. It's of course about intelligent hardware features to optimize energy efficiency even in busy times. And in this trial, based on DT real data profiles, we achieve a reduction of electricity consumption of round about minus 30% energy consumption. And for us, that's a big step forward for commercial deployment in ORAN. Now, and here comes my most relevant message on disaggregation. Interestingly, the entire industry always talks about the disaggregation of mobile radio networks. Equally important as open radio access networks is the disaggregation of the fixed assets, the disaggregation of the so-called BNG, broadband network gateway. In short, disaggregated BNG, A4. Deutsche Telekom has developed that topic for years. as pioneer and as industry leader. And now we are achieving a real breakthrough. Together with global industry partners, we roll out the BNG disaggregation in Germany. But what is it actually? Let me explain what it is. The BNG is an important element in our modernized IP networks. It does the aggregation of the data traffic, and it contains all the information about the customer connection and service creation. Today's BNG is already a massive simplification compared to our historic networks as the result of the completed IP migration. Because of this BNG, today customers take the router, plug it into the wall, and off you go. Now, with the BNG, the world gets even much easier. And now I move to our disaggregated BNG, the A4, to explain what it is. We move from buying a big system with a dominant vendor to buying smaller systems from many vendors. We move from hardware and software deeply tied to decoupling hardware and software, and hardware even cut in pieces, which gets then more energy efficient. And we move from traditional operation to cloud-native modus of operation, which makes it simpler. So what is cool about it? As I said, it's more energy efficient. But the other cool thing is that in the fixed line network, in the future, it takes weeks to introduce new features instead of years as in the past. So, speed of innovation and experience. And why am I mentioning this also? Because I want to show that Deutsche Telekom is pioneer and leader when it comes to getting disaggregation real. And with real, I mean that it works according to the requirement of a technology leader when it comes to have the best performance in networks, based on multi-year practical experience and execution on disaggregation. We do it in fixed and we do it in mobile. Now, before I get overboard as a techie, I now quit again the tech deep dive and move into our B2B world. Here you can see a glimpse of our business innovation world in Barcelona, and I will actually come to our very exciting B2B product launches. I am absolutely thrilled to announce a global product launch together with T-Mobile US. A global product launch together with T-Mobile US. A product, by the way, global enterprises have asked telco operators to provide for a longer time. We call it T IoT. It is about truly global IoT connectivity. Truly global IoT connectivity that is truly simple, with one global simple pricing scheme. Let us listen to our customers what they need, how our T IoT addresses their needs. Let us actually listen to one of our highly regarded clients, the CEO of Mercedes-Benz, Ola Källenius. So can we have, please, the video?
The two main drivers of the change in the automotive industry are sustainability and digitalization. high-end digital solutions have become one of the key components for a car to earn a three-pointed star on its hood. In a nutshell, software is becoming increasingly important for us at Mercedes-Benz, and connectivity plays a crucial role in that. But what does that mean in terms of our demands to the telecommunications market? We need reliable, global networks to be able to provide a real Mercedes-Benz in-car experience. Real-time, high-bandwidth data transmission is key. We need to be able to rely on telecommunication partners like T IoT that offer us global network coverage and a holistic ecosystem for IoT leadership.
Say I really loved the magenta map of the world in the video with Ola Källenius. So our aim to provide the best IoT connectivity for enterprises with global needs. And as you can see here on this chart, the product has 3 key differentiators. Number 1, we provide the best native transatlantic networks in the United States and in all our countries in Europe, plus agreements with over 150 roaming partners. So best connectivity with a big share of native networks. We can do that because we are the only operator in the world, as you know, that has presence in the US and in Europe. Second, it is simple, because as a customer, you have one team to interact with and not many discoordinated teams across countries. And third advantage is it's simple. It's actually one SLA, one service level agreement, one pricing scheme, super simple, and to be operated from a customer point of view from one management system. So in a nutshell, truly simple global IoT connectivity. And by the way, it's not only about narrowband IoT, but also LTE and 5G. So at the Mobile World Congress, you can actually see another use case than connected cars, as here in this use case. You will also be able to see use cases from healthcare segment, for example, together with our customer Biotronic. And I can announce another great B2B product launch for our business customers in the DACH region, with specific needs for sovereign cloud offers. We have an exclusive partnership with Google Cloud for the DACH region. And let me quickly elaborate on what we mean by sovereignty. I distinguish between data operational and technical software sovereignty. Data sovereignty means that in essence, as a customer, I can choose with whom I share my data, for which purpose and how long, and that my data are protected against access from institutions which would be illegitimate from a European point of view. Data sovereignty means I control the access to my data centers, and software sovereignty actually means that I actually control the software. In March this year, so next month, T-Systems launches a minimal viable product that addresses data sovereignty and operational sovereignty. Our customers will get features from the Google Cloud, first release starting in March, and T-Systems operates controls, like access management and control, code reviews, identity management, control of access to the data centers, and external key management. In the upcoming years and months, new releases will follow. By the way, I just want to mention it here to foster your appetite also a little bit for Barcelona. In Barcelona, we will show additional B2B innovation For example, smart IoT solutions for sustainability, our 5G standalone campus networks, and there will be a big chapter only about security in Barcelona. Apropos sustainability, I'm now moving into our green world. Digital technologies are, of course, necessary to move towards a carbon neutral world. Think about video conferences, think about IoT, smart grid and smart devices. At Deutsche Telekom, we measure the so-called enablement factor, which means that for every ton of CO2 we produce, our customers save 7.1 tons. Of course, as digital industry, we need to look at ourselves. And therefore, let me reiterate our climate targets. Actually, since end of last year, our global production switched to the use of electricity entirely from renewable sources. With that, we have moved a big step forward to becoming carbon neutral in our own footprint, scope 1 and 2. By 2025, we want to be climate neutral, carbon neutral with regard to our own direct emissions. By the way, what I also like to emphasize, yes, we are using green electricity, green meaning from renewable resources. But in addition, we said, in spite of exploding data volume, we want to keep our electricity consumption at least stable through retiring legacy and innovating on things like I mentioned with the VRAN. And last but not least, latest in 2040, we want to be carbon neutral in scope 3, which covers our supply chains as well as our distribution channels. So I can get to the chart with the supply chain. 85% of our emissions are actually caused in our supply chain. And therefore, it's important for us to redesign all the contracts. We commit our partners, our suppliers on scientific targets, and we discuss with them their avenue to carbon neutrality. By the way, on top of that, we look at the sustainability of products, energy efficiency, waste throughout the life cycle, and of course, also packaging. And we invest into sustainability innovation. I mentioned the VRAN trial with Intel. Our team in Poland rolls out solar panels on 1,000 antenna sites. And in Barcelona, we will showcase IoT solutions that help our customers, our clients, to save electricity consumption, waste, and water. And we continue our partnership with Gencell. Gencell is an Israeli-based company specialized on hydrogen-based fuel cells and ammonia-based fuel cells. And we are now moving the partnership to a new level. We have tested their equipment in their facilities in Tel Aviv. And now we are entering a new phase of collaboration. We focus on the installation of integration of Gencell units into our mobile sites in Germany for testing under live conditions. And you can see this showcase in Barcelona. On top of that, we explore further options for autonomy. For example, at our site in Dittenheim, we integrate wind, solar, batteries, and in the future also fuel cells. We do that smartly Smartly means that we can smartly adapt supply and demand. Now, I should say, as of today, autonomous energy production plays, in the grander scheme of things, still a smaller role, but I expect this to change over time, depending on technology evolution and also economic requirements. So, last but not least, let me give you our perspective on B2C innovations on human life, AI and art, and I move over to our consumer experience world. Let me start with a recent product launch. We deliver the best home experience for families. By the way, beginning of this month, we launched in Germany an enhanced Wi-Fi experience and our MagentaZuhause App. In essence, it's all about simplicity. Seamless interplay between the router and the connectivity, the TV and the smart home devices. Technically speaking, the basis for that is our own router operating system, a software platform, as well as our home operating system, which provides the glue between the devices and the experience. Now, let me demo our Zuhause app to you. My team and I tried it last week here in Bonn in our beloved office home. Let's go into this video. So, mal schauen, ob mein Team, meine Businessfamilie im Office Home ist. Sie müssten eigentlich hier sein. Hi, da seid ihr ja.
Guten Morgen.
Hallo. Schön, dass ihr hier seid. Das zeigt mir auch gerade unsere Zuhause-App an. Jetzt fehlen nur noch Harry, Hermine und Ron.
Wir schlafen wahrscheinlich noch. Das ist ja relativ früh. Apropos, haben wir endlich noch Kaffeebohnen?
Ich guck mal kurz auf die Liste. Nee, Mist steht noch drauf. Kein Aufwachkick in Sicht.
Was haben wir denn noch so auf der Liste? MWC. Oh, da ist auch noch...
Hallo, wie schön, dass du uns in Bonn besuchen kommst. Sag mal, aber die Messe ist ja in Barcelona. Brauchst du WLAN?
Oh ja, das ist wahrscheinlich hier wie immer ein guter.
Nee, das geht viel einfacher. Schau mal da. Hey, echt cool, wie man mit unserer Zuhause-App smarte Geräte steuern kann. Zum Beispiel Beleuchtungswünsche.
Das ist eine sehr gute Idee, Claudia. Das haben wir doch gleich.
Du kennst meine Lieblingsfarbe, Gordon. Das ist gemütlich. Jetzt fehlt nur noch ein Film.
Das geht übrigens mit MagentaZuhause mit integrierter Sprachfunktion. Magenta, zeige Harry Potter auf Magenta TV.
Magenta TV anhalten. Das funktioniert nicht. Wir haben noch so viele Sachen für den MWC zu tun und da passiert der wahre Hexentanz.
Tja, es geht eben nicht um Hogwarts, sondern um Barcelona. Besucht uns auf unserem Stand. Es wird magisch werden. Dingle, dingle, ding. So in Barcelona, you can see, by the way, several others B2C innovations all around the home, like you saw here. Our news on voicification platforms, an update on our joint venture with Zeiss, the Tooth smart glasses, and our approaches to artificial intelligence. What I would like to emphasize. All our innovations follow the same paradigms. As emphasized at the beginning, we want them to be human-centric, good for human beings, but based, of course, on the best technology and digital production. And best digital production means 4 things. Number 1, I call this radical automation. For the best experience at home, plug and play, all working seamless. Fast deployment of network features, as mentioned in the BNG context. Fast rollout of network features. We do embrace the cloud-native journey, not because the cloud is a purpose in itself, but cloud-native means that it enables better automation. We are pioneers and leaders in disaggregation. I talked about the mobile access and the fixed access. By the way, also our software router operating system is based on that principle, because we have our software system regardless of what the hardware in the routers is. And we are super passionate about data, algorithm and AI in accordance with our values for data privacy, data sovereignty and security. So as a techie, I'm a super fan of digitization. But digitization is not a purpose in itself. It needs to serve us human beings. And that means that digital technologies need to abide by our ethical values here in Europe. Algorithms that foster, through engagement, fake news and polarization, as it happens on some platforms, are unacceptable for us, unacceptable for me. Therefore, at the Mobile World Congress, you can see a few very interesting dialogues on that topic with two great thought leaders and authors, Rebecca Henderson and Adrian Daub. And we will also reveal our Unhate campaign. And as Telekom, we believe that digital technologies must be playful, inspiring our fantasy. How does artificial intelligence interact with us humans? Can it support and enhance our creativity? And who can help us better to explain that than great artists? And therefore, finally, I am, last but not least, looking forward to two brilliant artists, starting with Refik Anadol. He is a media artist and pioneer in the aesthetics of machine learning. On the basis of data from digital archives and publicly available resources, he and his team create, with artificial intelligence, new visuals. We will have him and his art in Barcelona. And then, and I think that's really super cool, the world star Robbie Williams. As you know, the music legend has sold over 80 million records in his incredible career. And now he is taking a special challenge with the Telekom team. He's taking a special challenge with the Telekom team. And that ties into our Beethoven X project, based on the artificial intelligence that experts use to complete Beethoven's 10th Symphony. His hit Angels was rearranged in the style of the classical master. And with this, a never heard of before version of the famous pop ballad Angels was created, in which you can hear pieces from the Moonlight Sonata. The exclusive preview will take place in Barcelona on February the 28th.